The internet sold you a lie. Make money while you sleep. Set up a couple of investments, sit on a beach, and watch cash magically appear in your account forever. Sounds amazing, right? Here's the problem. The math behind that fantasy will bankrupt you, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Let's start with the famous 4% rule. You've probably heard it. Save 25 times your annual spending, withdraw 4% per year, and you'll never run out of money. So, if you spend $40,000 a year, you need $1 million invested. Simple. Except it's not, because that rule was built on historical data that might not apply anymore. Some researchers now say 4% is too aggressive. They suggest 3.5% or even 3.3%. That doesn't sound like a big difference until you do the math. At 3.5%, you don't need $1 million, you need $1.15 million. That's an extra $150,000 you have to save just to live the exact same life. And here's what nobody tells you. This isn't actually passive income. You're selling your investments. You're betting your remaining money grows faster than you spend it. What happens if the market crashes the year after you quit your job? This is called sequence of returns risk, and it destroys people. Imagine you retire with $1 million. Year 1, the market drops 20%. You're down to $800,000, but you still need to eat. You withdraw $40,000. Now you have $760,000. Year 2, another drop. You pull out more money. Suddenly, you've burned through a third of your savings in 24 months, and you don't have enough capital left to recover, even if the market rebounds. One bad year at the wrong time can wipe you out. That's not freedom. That's gambling. Okay, so what about rental properties? Real cash flow. Rent checks every month. That's real passive income, right? Let me show you the trap. Someone buys a duplex. It rents for $2,000 a month. They think that's $24,000 a year in passive income. Wrong. That's gross revenue. Subtract property taxes, insurance, repairs, vacancies, management fees, save for a new roof every 20 years. After all that, your passive income is maybe $600 a month, and that's before taxes. To replace a $40,000 salary with rental income, you don't need 1 or 2 houses, you probably need 10 units, free and clear. Now you're not an investor, you're a property manager dealing with midnight toilet emergencies. You traded one job for another, except now your boss is 20 tenants. So what actually works? Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. The variable that matters most isn't your return on investment, it's your spending. Every dollar you spend requires $25 of invested capital to sustain it forever. That Netflix subscription isn't $15 a month. It's $375 of your freedom. A $500 car payment requires $150,000 in your portfolio just to keep it going. The people who actually achieve financial independence aren't the ones chasing higher returns. They're the ones who figured out what enough looks like and stopped chasing more. They froze their lifestyle. They saved 50% of their income instead of 10%, and they compressed a 40-year journey into 10. Here's the real strategy. Build a core portfolio of low-cost index funds for growth. Add some cash flow from rentals or dividends to cover your essentials. Keep 2 to 3 years of expenses in cash so you never have to sell stocks during a crash. And most importantly, don't retire to nothing. Retire to something. Because here's the part nobody warns you about. A week on the beach is paradise. A year on the beach is a crisis. Humans aren't designed for endless leisure. We're problem-solving machines. Without problems, we create them. I've seen financially independent people spiral into depression because they had money but no purpose. The goal isn't to stop working, it's to stop working on things you hate. Financial independence doesn't mean doing nothing. It means having complete control over what you do. So yes, you can live off passive income, but it's not one magic investment. It's an ecosystem. Growth assets, cash flow, a buffer for bad years, a flexible lifestyle, and something worth waking up for. That's real freedom.